Mommy's with the maggots now.
Mother's Day, the day that we honor our mothers, we cherish them, we shower them with gifts, and what better way to end that day than to spend the night watching a good old-fashioned horror movie with them, right? Right, so I'm going to give you at least 5 options of horror movies that you can watch with your mother, or like me, with my wife who's the mother of my son. So what are we waiting for? Let's get into some horror movies you can enjoy with your mother on Mother's Day. Let's go. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is JeffMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter, and we're going to do a little quick video about Mother's Day. I'm going to give you some top films that you can watch with your mother, or like me, like I said in the intro, with my wife, who's the mother of my son. At the end of the day, you know, at night, you want to watch something, and no, we're not watching anything on Hallmark or Lifetime or whatever on Mother's Day. No, and we're going to watch horror movies. I'm going to give you some options. I'm going to throw out, I know I've looked at a lot of lists, and a lot of people say, you know, on their list that you should watch movies like Friday the 13th. Now, I don't agree with that one because you don't even know that it's Jason's mother until the end of the movie. So we're not going to talk about that. And then at the top of a lot of people's list was The Babadook. And I know that movie is pretty good. I don't mind it, but you know, I'd like that a little bit less with each rewatch. That mother is, I don't know, man. It's just something about her that's annoying. And speaking of annoying, her child, Jesus Christ, that kid gets on my nerves. But either way, so we're not including either one of those. We're going to start with some classics that have a motherly theme, and then we're going to get into maybe even at least one extreme option. Yeah, I don't know what kind of horror movies you like. So the first one that I'm picking of something you could enjoy with your wife or mother on Mother's Day is The Shining. Shelley Duvall plays the mother in this. You know, her husband's played by Jack Nicholson, plays Jack Torrance. And what better movie could be a shining example, pun intended, of a mother trying to protect her son. That's all she basically does, especially the whole last act of this movie. You know, she's questioning her husband and his sanity through a lot of it, but then when you get to the end, this is the Best Buy exclusive steelbook. I love that artwork there. I just keep wanting to show it off. But yeah, about a mother that will do anything to protect her son from her maniacal husband. Shelley Duvall herself went through the ringer with this one. So yeah, motherly love, protection, that's the themes in this. I think you should enjoy The Shining. Now, speaking of you know, a mother trying to protect her son, I'll give you a more modern option. Child's Play. This is a Screen Factory 4K and Blu-ray set there. Sorry about I've got them in cases if it's got a lot of glare, but either way, you know, I love the actress that plays in this. I think her name's Catherine Hicks. I just want to double check that. Yeah, Catherine Hicks. I loved her. She was also in Star Trek, was it 5? No, 4. 4. That's one of the only reasons that I like Star Trek 4. She's pretty hot in that one. But yeah, don't judge me either way. So I'm about a hot mama. Rawr. But either way, in this movie, she obviously buys the doll for her son. And it starts out where it's not just a mother trying to protect her son. It's her mother trying to teach her son not to lie about things, you know, because obviously at the beginning she thinks her son is lying about the Chucky doll being alive.
Nobody believes you about Chucky.
So it's a mother trying to teach her son, you know, not to lie, not to exaggerate things, to always be honest, to always be truthful. Then when she finally does realize that the kid's telling the truth, then she goes into full survival mode, protection mode, mama bear mode in this, and protects her son from Chucky. So that's another option if you want. And like I said, not too violent. Both of those there are kind of, you know, on the border. So I'm going to go classic old school with you on this one. And bear with me. We're going to go Psycho. So this one, it not only starts out with a mother where you don't know exactly what's going on with the character in it. And obviously, I'm not going to spoil too much for a movie this old. This is the 60th anniversary Blu-ray, Best Buy exclusive. I think this is the Best Buy exclusive. It's got the uncut version on it. You think that Norman's mother is still alive and that she's trying to protect him from, you know, these sexy women in the world wants him to be just basically a mama's boy. I guess that's a good way to put it.
Mother, she's just a stranger. She's hungry and it's raining out.
As if men don't desire strangers. As if... Oh, I refuse to speak of disgusting things because they disgust me.
And then you ultimately find out that mother has been dead, and because of her overbearing personality and her wanting to be in control of Norman's life when she was alive, he is now taking on her personality in a split personality scenario all the way to the end. In the final scene, you realize how much his quote-unquote mother is trying to protect him, especially, you know, from these sexy women out in the world. But either way, yeah, that is another example, a weird example of a mother trying to protect her child to the extreme, even worse than the other movies. So yeah, gotta love Mother in that one. So in this one, I'm going to go generational. We've got daughter, we've got mother, we've got grandmother. And you want to talk about somebody trying to influence their whole family, we're going to go Hereditary. And that's a pretty good theme there, you know, Hereditary, as far as, like I said, branching through the family tree there. You got a mother at the beginning who's trying to be protective of her children. You've got what you find out at the end as being a grandmother who, even in death, is trying to go to the extreme to influence what happens with her family members. Now, I don't want to, I'm trying not to spoil this, but this movie has what is an Oscar-worthy performance by Toni Collette, and why she didn't win, I guess it's just because this is a fucking horror movie.
I recognize you from your mother.
What?
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
But Hereditary, to me, I love it. It's a, like I said, this is a 4K just with a slipcover. I don't know that there is a special steelbook of that, but I digress. Either way, this is an example of generational horror. Like I said, the grandmother, even in death, trying to reach out and affect what goes on with her family and keep her quote-unquote cult family going, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this one is right here is a little intense. It's got some moments in it that are actually creepy and scary, but I love it. And like I said, a tremendous performance by Toni Collette. Now I'm going to round it out with a movie that is extreme. And I say that, I'm going to show you the DVD. It's from the Dimension Extreme line. It's called Inside. That is a pretty cool cover there. Yeah, that is a pair of scissors. That is a mother's belly, a pregnant mother's belly. One of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. And I will say this is from French horror. And if you know, they made like High Tension and Martyrs. They got some extreme horror going over there. I guess I can show you the back cover real quick. It says, unrelenting, brutal, and stunningly violent. Get ready for the most gruesome, terrifying, and disturbing film you've ever seen. So I'll read you the description of this one. 4 months after pregnant Sarah loses her husband in a horrific auto accident, she is visited on Christmas Eve by a mysterious madwoman, alone and desperate to save her unborn child. Sarah fights to stay alive as each of her potential rescuers die at the woman's sadistic hands. With scene after scene of shocking carnage, Inside delivers unbelievably realistic gore that dares you not to look away. And that it is got some very realistic gore. This is basically about two mothers. I'm not going to spoil any more than what I just read you. Two mothers in two different scenarios crossing paths trying to save their child, unborn child. This is the Blu-ray that I've got. I wanted to let you know if you guys really want to see it and you don't like DVDs. This is an all-region Blu-ray that I purchased. I think I got it off Amazon back in the day. Even though it isn't presented in English here, it's got English tracks. So you could watch it with the French, the original language, with subtitles, or you could actually watch it and with the English dub. This movie is relentless, dude. Once it gets going and the things that happen in this, it's got some extreme gore in it. But it's all about, like I said, motherly love and protection of children, even when they're not born yet. These are unborn children, aka the reason they call it Inside. So I highly recommend that if you want to go to the extreme. But like I said, you're gonna have to hold your eyes, especially if you don't like gore. Now I didn't mind it, but there is at least one scene in it that I'm more of a, if the violence is kind of realistic and looks real, that it does sort of bother me a little bit. It's got at least one scene in there that kind of at least bothered me a little. So there's your gambit of movies that you can enjoy with your mother on Mother's Day. Do you guys agree with any of those? Will you be watching any of those? Share with me in the comments down below, even if you don't watch them with your mother, what are some options of movies that you could watch with your mother on Mother's Day? So maybe that'll be the thumbnail there. Either way, put that in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the normal YouTube stuff. I love you guys. Keep coming back, and I'll keep making great content. And if you are a subscriber, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Come over on Sunday nights. Most of the time, that's when we do live streams. Spread the word about the channel. We're trying to grow it. I can only do it with great people like you. So until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter. I'm signing out saying you guys be safe.